Hail the moon goddess, hail! Hey tubies, it's Lord Ision. Well, today is Wednesday, July 13th, and it's the night of the full moon. Today is a very magical day, at least for Wiccans, and at least for myself, because one, Wednesday is Wiccan Wednesday. Two, 13 is a magical number to me. It's a witch number. And three, it's the full moon. Can't get better than that combination. But it's so good to be with you. And I want to say thank you for joining us today. Well, I just want to spend a few minutes with you. I'm trying to get this video out early so that you guys can get prepared for the full moon tonight. Tonight's going to be a super moon. The moon's going to be big in the sky. The moon right now is on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. We're in Capricorn and we're right at the edge of going into Aquarius. So tomorrow will also be the full moon because it's the day before, the day of, and the day after. And some people are saying it's on the 14th, some say 13th. I don't know. I'm calling it either way. But anyways, we're on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. Very magical energy because the Capricorn moon is about building and success and moving forward. The Aquarian moon is about transcendent thought. So this is a great time to take your thoughts, your wild ideas, and put them into motion, I'm so glad you guys are here on this special day. And I've been getting a few letters. People are asking me to talk about the full moon. And some people are saying, Psychic Bob, I read in a Wiccan book about drawing down the moon, but it says the priestess must draw down the moon. I'm a male. Can I draw down the moon? And the answer is absolutely yes. All humans are children of the great goddess. And what mother does not want to commune with her child? See, the drawing down the moon is an invocation. It's a channeling, if you will, where the priest or priestess invokes the power of the goddess and they draw the goddess's energy into themselves. Now, traditionally, and I'm speaking traditionally, it was always done by a priestess, particularly the high priestess of the coven would usually do it because she is the representative of the goddess. But in our modern day of egalitarianism and equality and all of that, we realize that men too can connect to the feminine, that men have a feminine element and connect. Every man has a mother, and what man doesn't think of his mother? So the drawing down of the moon is a saying, I want to connect with my mother, for men. For women is, I want to connect with my mother and with my true essence. See, in Wicca, we say all women are the goddess. And in fact, many circles, when women come in, they anoint them and say, thou art goddess. And so in Wicca, men have a very high esteem of women. Wicca is not a patriarchal or chauvinistic faith. It's about reverencing the divine in masculine and feminine. And so many Wiccan men, they will do what's called drawing down the sun. So like on the Sabbath, the solar Sabbath, like the solstices, a lot of times a Wiccan priest, the male priest, will go out and they'll do a ritual. They'll draw down the sun god into themselves. And on the full moon, the women draw the goddess down. But remember, if you're a man and tonight you're feeling inspired, you can draw down the moon. I thought I would show you one of my pieces of jewelry here that I'm wearing today. You know I love jewelry. I have a great collection of mystical pieces. This is a pendant. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a priestess drawing down the moon. It's got a pentagram in it. But as you can see, let's see if you can see it here. It's kind of hard to see there. Hopefully you can see that there. But see, she's holding her hands high and drawing down the moon. And so I wore this today as a way to commemorate the full moon. Now, if you want to learn to draw down the moon, it doesn't have to be complex. It's all about openness and intent. If you are open to the goddess and you have the intent to commune with her, She will connect with you. In fact, don't take my word for it. There are other authors who talk about it as well. There's a wonderful book I recommend for everybody studying Wicca. And some of you I know have seen it or own it. Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner by Scott Cunningham. Through all the years of all the Wiccan books, this is probably still my favorite book. He has in here a full moon rite, and he has a ritual which is a drawing down the moon. Now, we'll talk about different ways to do this in a minute. This is just one way, so don't say, well, PsychicBob says it has to be done this way. No, no, no. This is one way. Remember, in Wicca, there's no law except harm none. The rest, it's up to you. All right? So I'm going to just read through this. I thought you'd enjoy hearing this. The full moon rite. Perform this at night in view of the moon if possible. It is appropriate for crescents, white flowers, silver, and other lunar symbols to be present on the altar for this ritual. The quartz crystal sphere can be placed on the altar as well. I'm talking about the crystal ball. Okay. As well. Or if you prefer, use the cauldron or a small white or silver bowl filled with water. Place a piece of silver into the water. Arrange the altar, light the candles and the censer, and cast the circle. Stand before the altar and invoke the goddess and god with the blessing chant or any other invocations. Now gaze at the moon, if possible. Feel its energies sinking into your body. Feel its cool goddess energy soothe you with power and love. Now say these or similar words. Okay, this is the invocation. Wondrous Lady of the Moon, you who are green, with the dusk green, you who greet, excuse me, I can't read today. Let me start again. Wondrous Lady of the Moon, you who greet the dusk with silvered kisses, mistress of the night and of all magics, who rides the clouds and blackened skies and spills light upon the cold earth. O lunar goddess, crescented one, shadow maker and shadow breaker, revealer of mysteries past and present, puller of seas and ruler of women, all wise lunar mother, I greet your celestial jewel at the waxing of its power, and with a right in your honor, I pray by the moon, I pray by the moon, I pray by the moon. And it says, continue chanting, I pray by the moon, for as long as you will. Visualize the goddess if you so desire, perhaps as a tall, robust woman wearing silver jewelry and white, rippling, draped clothing. A crescent moon may rest upon her brow, or she may toss a glowing, silvery, white orb in her hands. She trods the star-field of eternal night, and a starseed round with her lover, the sun god, spreading moon rays wherever she goes. Her eyes laugh, her skin is white and translucent. She glows. She glows. Sorry, I'm not so good at reading today. All right. You see what that is? That's a connection, a communion with the goddess. And so today, if you open yourself, go out tonight if you can. Go under the moon, or if you're inside, set an altar and open the windows and let the moonlight come in if you can. And if you're in an area, as oftentimes they am, where it rains on the full moon, you can't see anything, visualize her. Visualize the moonrise. You can conduct rituals without ever having to have the moon present. People say, well, there's no moon out tonight. I can't do a moon ritual. Don't let that stop you, you know. Think about this pendant tonight. Think about this mystical experience, this woman, the priestess, that could be you, or it could be a male as well, drawing down the moon. Call to her, see her come. Hold your arms out. It's traditional in Wiccan tradition to raise your arms and draw her down through your hands and let her light come into your body. And you might find that you start having visions. You might start channeling words. This is traditional in the Wiccan covens that the goddess will speak through the person drawing her down. So let her inspiration move you. Let her power flow, and you will have a wonderful and mystical experience. Now, I know I'm going to get letters. People say, well, Psychic Bob, I'm not an initiated Wiccan. Am I allowed to do this? Of course. Initiations, though they're wonderful, are not the end-all be-all, because the gods who fashioned all the cosmos, who created us, love us. You are never really disconnected. Some religions, and I won't name them, will tell you you're evil, God hates you, you're disconnected, you got to get right, you're not loved. Wicca doesn't teach that. Wicca says you are created by the divine. The divine loves you so much it infused part of itself within you. The Lord and the Lady reside within. And on these special days of power, such as the full moon, your Father and Mother God want to connect with you. So be open to that. If you can, get a copy of this book and study the moon ritual. This is only part of it. It's a lot more, but that's just the drawing down part. And read other books. There are many books about drawing down the moon and many rituals. So there are many ways. There's no one way. So I don't want anybody going out in the world saying, going to a ritual and say, well, that's not how Lord Ision or Psychic Bob does it. No, that's just one way. There's so many ways. What's important, as I said, openness and desire. If you're open to it and you desire it, you'll get the blessing of the goddess channeling through you tonight on the night of the full moon. So I invite you today, consider these things and put in the comments in the box below. Tell me, have you ever done a Wiccan ritual? And have you ever drawn down the moon? I would love to hear from you. So share your thoughts below. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Lord Ision, or Psychic Bob as I know, both names. Lord Ision is my Wiccan title. I got a full day of psychic readings. So I want to say thank you to all of you who are calling. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. You don't want to miss. Tomorrow is Thursday, and tomorrow is Seance night. So we're going to gather at 7 p.m. tomorrow night for a live stream seance. You don't want to miss it. Guys, I love you. I send my blessings to all of you. And may you be blessed by our Moon Mother. And may you have a blessed night of the moon in communion with the goddess. So mote it be, and blessed be. Blessed be.